Good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn chapter 3rd, public key cryptography. So we'll see the concept of public key cryptography. Public key cryptography is also called as asymmetric ciphers. So whereas in this technique we have the two keys, one is private key and another one is secret key. So how it works, we will see the details. Probably most significant advance in the 3000-year history of cryptography. So it has the a large history. So as I told you that it has the two keys. One is called as the public key and another one is the private key. So every participant has to produce the two keys. The asymmetric means the parties are not equal. So we have the sender and receiver, and it uses clever application of number theoretic concepts to function. So it uses the number theory. So number theory means we have the modular arithmetic, natural numbers, all these concepts is going to use, and it complements rather than replaces private key cryptography. So why to use the public key cryptography? So it has the two keys, the private and public key, and it has the two issues, okay, which are the two important issues are there. So for what purpose the public key cryptography we are going to use? The first one is the key distribution and second one is the digital signature. So what is the key distribution and again what is the digital signature? So the key distribution is nothing but how to have the secure communications in general without having to trust a KDC with your key. So the key distribution center. So how the key we are going to transfer from one participant to other participant, because the public key we need to securely transmit from one participant to the other participant. So for this purpose the public key cryptography is used. Second, digital signatures. So how to verify a message comes intact from the claimed sender. So we need to validate the sender. So whether this message is received from the proper sender or not. So this can be identified using digital signature concept. So the public key invention due to Whitfield Diffie and Martin Hellman at Stanford and University in 1976 and known earlier in classified community. So the public key is also called as the two key. It is also called as the asymmetric cryptography, and it involves the use of two keys. So one is the public key. So it may be known by anybody, means all the participants, and it can be used to encrypt messages and verify signatures. Now a private key known only to the recipient means who is the owner of that private key, he is knowing only about private key, and it is used to decrypt messages and to sign or create the digital signatures. Okay, that is this is the use of the private key, and it is infeasible to determine private key from public. It is very difficult to identify the private key from the public key here. It is asymmetric because those who encrypt messages or verify signatures cannot decrypt messages or create signatures. Now here we can see that this is the encryption with a public key. Means what is the scenario of the public key cryptography or how it works. Here we can see that the Bob's public key ring, and again you can see that the Bob is acting as a sender and Alice is acting as an a receiver. So the Bob is going to maintain his own public key ring here, where the public keys of Joy, Mike, Alice and Ted it is maintained. So whenever the Bob is going to send the message to the Alice, at that time the Bob is going to encrypt the message by using the Alice public key, and it is the ciphertext is transferred to the Alice, and whenever the message will receive at the Alice side, the Alice is going to decrypt the message by using his own private key, so he will get the original message. So this is the a public key cryptography. Now we can achieve the authentication using public key cryptography here. So how do you can achieve the authentication here? Here you can see the again we have the Bob is a sender and again the Alice is a receiver. Now suppose whenever the Bob is going to send the message to the Alice, at that time the Bob is going to encrypt the message by using the Bob's private key. Means the Bob is going to encrypt the message using his own private key, so that the encrypted message is transferred to the Alice. Now the Alice is going to decrypt the message using his own private key, so that he will get the original message. So this concept is called as the authentication using public key cryptography. Now what is the difference between symmetric and public key cryptography? So as I told that the public key cryptography is also called as the asymmetric. Now here you can see that the same algorithm with the same key is used for encryption and decryption in case of the symmetric. But in case of public key, one algorithm is used for encryption and decryption with a pair of keys, one for encryption and one for decryption. The second difference point, the sender and receiver must share the algorithm and the key. The sender and receiver must each have one of the matched pair of keys, not the same one. Now, in case of the security, what are the different points between symmetric versus public key? So, in case of the symmetric, the key must be kept secret. And in case of public key encryption, one of the two keys must be kept a secret. Second point, it must be impossible or at least impractical to decipher a message if no other information is available. It must be impossible or at least impractical to decipher a message if no other information is available. So knowledge of the algorithm plus samples of ciphertext must be insufficient to determine the key. So the knowledge of the algorithm plus one of the key is plus samples of ciphertext must be insufficient to determine the other key. So this is the difference between symmetric and public key. So this is the public key crypto system. So what is the public key crypto system here? So before seeing that, we have implemented what is the public key cryptography and how it is implemented. So here we can see that we have the source A and again the source B. The source A want to communicate with the destination B. So whenever and the original message we have, and suppose the both way we can encrypt the message and again we can decrypt the message here. So you can use the private key for the encryption of the source A. Also you can use the public key of the destination B for the encryption. So that is the PRA and again PUB. And again for the decryption of the message we can use the both keys here. One is the PRB and again PUB. So that is the private key of the destination B, otherwise the public key of the destination B. So both way we can implement, we can use the private, we can use the public for the public key crypto systems.